But the Cubs right now are really fun. It's fun to watch them start off the season this way. Yes, there is 90% of the season left to go.
But you asked, are they good? They're 7th in baseball in pitching WAR. They are 10th of 30 teams in offensive WAR. And what's interesting is their defense is well below average. Their defensive rankings are bad. And that's not going to stay there. The defense is going to normalize considerably better based on the careers of the players involved.
But then could you argue, are they playing over their skis when it comes to the other things? Which, cool, fine. But if that whole water finds its level thing is true, then it almost makes me worry in a way. But you can't argue, like, be happy and take the W's where you can.
I think if had they not played as well as they played in LA, where you win the series, but you also could have swept the series, I think it's a different conversation. And look, we've been saying it the last couple of days. You go out there and you do what you got to do against Oakland. Go curb stomp them because they're not a major league team. Get your wins where you can get them. There's a nice stretch. There's a 7-game stretch that's coming up that will tell us a little bit more about this Cubs team. The Dodgers are coming starting Thursday, and then they're going to get the Padres. So you'll find out how competitive they are. But early on in this season, I don't know how you can't feel good about it. And with all of the regular early season caveats and all of that stuff, it's nice to be able to talk about them in a way where you're seeing some things. Like the start by Wesneski 2 days ago was important for him to normalize. And yes, it's a bad team that he went and dominated. But when you're watching Marcus Stroman's been this dude in every single start. And if he's healthy, that kind of changes the math of what you might be able to be.
And you ask, are they out over their skis? It's actually the opposite. If we look at Pythagorean win-loss, and that's simply a calculation based on runs and runs allowed. They've scored 87 runs. They've allowed 58. So the math on that would come out to 11-5. They're 10-6. So they're actually underplaying their run scoring, run prevention numbers.
I meant from an offensive standpoint, given what you two just discussed, and perhaps starting pitching. Defensively, yes, I agree with you that this team is built to be better defensively. But to me, the most encouraging thing is still the tried and true. If your starting pitching is going to perform, then everything else becomes infinitely easier. And they've given them run support. And to echo Rick Sutcliffe's joy, you know that if somebody's getting on base, there is a good chance they're scoring because the bottom of the lineup is hitting well. David Ross talked to us about that. When you have Wisdom, for example, hitting 6th, and you've got Cody Bellinger hitting 5th or 6th, I think is what, Wisdom 5th typically, Bellinger 6th. Okay.
The Bellinger stuff is huge.
It's like, found money.
It's huge because you didn't know what to expect with him because of the previous 2 seasons. And a guy with an MVP and a couple of All-Stars under his belt looking lost at the plate like he was the last 2 seasons, who knows if any of it is sustainable. But here are the OPS pluses for him the last 2 seasons. In 2021, his OPS plus was 44. In 22, it was 79. And that was after seasons of 143, 120, 167, and 112. Right now, it's 129. So he's doing great. And he's been able to hit left-handed pitching so far, too. These are all things that you were hoping would happen in the offseason. The Cubs were very excited about some of the stuff that they had seen on tape with Bellinger that they felt like they could fix. Who knows if it's fixed, but for now, it's working.
It's not a product of batting average on balls in play either, because that's at 314. I mean, it's a little above his career of 278, but we're in a completely different BABIP environment now with the new rules.
Eye test supersedes. Like, that's just explaining what you're seeing to me. That's how you explain fool's gold sometimes. But when you look at the at-bats that are being put together, you know what you're seeing. I also think for everybody who says, oh, the Dodgers, if they can't fix you, nobody can. they're also a team that doesn't have room for everybody.
Well, and look, there's sometimes it's just a matter of who the messenger is.
Or like time.
And what they see.
And if he's healing from injuries too.
Time.
Yeah.
The injury thing is huge, Dan, where this might be the first time in a long time that he's been fully healthy coming into a season. And if he's healthy, he can be a player that makes some hay. But I think that for now, you do throw some flowers at Dustin Kelly and say, hey, maybe they were able to fix something or make him aware of, you're doing this. I didn't realize I was doing that. Yeah, just let's work on that.